Everyone knows Tiger Woods, the golf god, the billion-dollar empire, the man who couldn't lose, until his perfect world exploded overnight. But what about the woman the cameras forgot? Elin Nordegren didn't just survive one of the most humiliating betrayals in sports history, she vanished. No interviews, no breakdowns, no revenge tour. And when she finally resurfaced, she was unrecognizable, not just in appearance, but in power. This is the story the headlines never told. The truth behind Tiger Woods' ex-wife, and how the life she rebuilt in total silence turned out to be more impressive than all his trophies combined. Before she was the wife of the world's most famous athlete, before the tabloids tore her name apart, and long before she disappeared without a trace, Elin Nordegren was invisible. She didn't grow up chasing paparazzi or reality shows. She grew up in Sweden, quiet, educated, disciplined. Her mother was a respected politician, her father a globe-trotting journalist. Her childhood was filled with deep conversations, strict values, and a family that believed in staying private. There were no red carpets, no scandals, no drama. She studied hard, she held part-time jobs, she took a few modeling gigs, not for fame, but just to pay bills. Fame didn't interest her. In fact, she avoided it. And that's what makes this story so insane, because the woman who was never supposed to be famous ended up at the center of the most explosive betrayal in modern sports history. She didn't chase chaos, but chaos? It found her. And it all started with a simple job offer, one that would change her life forever. She was working at a store in Stockholm when fate stepped in. A woman named Mia Parnevik walked in, wife of pro golfer Jesper Parnevik. She was looking for a nanny. And Elin? Quiet, well-mannered, smart. She was perfect. So Elin packed up her life and flew to Florida. Not for fame, not for love, just for a job. But what she didn't know, what no one could have predicted, was that this move would throw her directly into the center of American celebrity madness. Jesper was connected to the elite world of pro golf. And one of his closest friends? Tiger Woods. Yes, that Tiger Woods. He was at the peak of his powers, millions in endorsements, a billion-dollar brand, and the global image of a perfect, disciplined, unstoppable man. And when he met Elin, he was obsessed. But here's the twist. She said no, repeatedly. She didn't care about his money. She didn't care about his trophies. She didn't even want to be around the circus that followed him everywhere. She liked her quiet life. But Tiger? He wouldn't give up. Friends say it took months for her to finally agree to a date. And from there, everything spiraled. What started with dinners and private getaways would explode into a marriage worth millions, 2 children, and eventually the scandal that nearly destroyed both of them. But before it all fell apart, they were the golden couple. And Elin was about to find out what it really meant to be married to a man the world refused to see clearly. Once Elin finally let Tiger in, things moved fast. And when I say fast, I mean full-blown jet-setting diamond ring private island-level romance. In 2003, Tiger proposed in South Africa, on a luxury game reserve with private safaris and 5-star villas. It wasn't just romantic, it was strategic. Everything about Tiger was strategic. By 2004, they were married on the Caribbean island of Barbados. The venue? Sandy Lane Resort, one of the most exclusive, jaw-dropping wedding spots in the world. Security guards patrolled the perimeter. Drones weren't even a thing yet, but if they had been, you better believe they'd have blocked the sky. Tiger Woods was the king of the golf world. Elin became the mystery queen beside him. They moved into a mega mansion in Windermere, Florida, where their neighbors weren't just wealthy, they were global royalty. The house had private docks, high-end security, and enough square footage to host a small country. And still, Elin stayed out of the spotlight. No press, no Instagram, no deals, no reality shows. While other celebrity wives were making careers out of being famous, she did something unheard of. She disappeared. Even after giving birth to their daughter Sam in 2007, and son Charlie in 2009, she remained a ghost to the media. And that made people even more obsessed with her. She became the woman everyone watched, but no one could touch. But behind the gated community and the $100 million lifestyle, something was building. Quietly, slowly, dangerously. And it would all come crashing down in the most unbelievable way imaginable. Thanksgiving weekend, 2009. The Woods family is supposed to be asleep in their Florida mansion, but at 2:30 a.m., Tiger Woods' black Cadillac Escalade slams into a fire hydrant, then a tree, just feet from his driveway. At first, media outlets called it a minor accident, but the internet exploded with rumors. Why was Tiger leaving his house in the middle of the night, alone and in such a hurry? What the world didn't know was that the real crash had already happened inside the house. According to multiple sources, Elin had just found everything: suspicious texts, late-night messages, a phone full of names and secrets. And the man she had trusted with her life wasn't just having an affair, he was living a double life. That night, she confronted him. People close to the situation say it turned into a screaming match. Others claim she smashed his back window with a golf club, not to hurt him, but to stop him from fleeing. Tiger tried to drive off. He crashed. And the cleanest image in sports history was shattered in a matter of hours. Within days, one mistress became 2, then 5, then 10. The list kept growing. Cocktail waitresses, nightclub workers, women from different cities and different stories, all pointing to the same brutal truth. Tiger Woods had been cheating for years. The man who had built an empire on control, discipline, and clean-cut perfection had lied to the entire world. Sponsors dropped him. His public image collapsed. He vanished from golf. But the one thing no one could stop talking about? Elin. Would she speak out? Would she cash in? Would she destroy him publicly? No one knew. Because once again, she disappeared. And that silence, it was louder than any headline. By the summer of 2010, less than a year after the crash heard around the world, the fairy tale was dead. But here's what shocked everyone even more than Tiger's fall from grace. Elin didn't explode. She didn't retaliate. She didn't go full tabloid. Instead, she walked away from the most high-profile scandal in sports history with one thing: silence. In August, a cold, calm press release dropped. Elin Nordegren had officially filed for divorce. No press conference, no messy interviews, no courtroom drama. It was the quietest ending to the loudest marriage in America. But make no mistake, behind that silence was a woman in total emotional lockdown. Not weak, not defeated, but calculating, measured, determined to protect her kids at all costs. The settlement? Estimated at $100 million, one of the most expensive in celebrity history. And yet, Elin never flaunted it. She didn't buy a Ferrari or a yacht or go party in Ibiza. She didn't even post about it. And this is what drove the media insane. They wanted a scandal queen, a revenge tour, a meltdown. Instead, they got a composed, razor-sharp woman who played the long game. The paparazzi followed her. She ignored them. Tabloids offered millions for interviews. She declined. People waited for her to fall apart. She didn't. In fact, she was just getting started. For months, people whispered, "She must have known. She stayed for the money. Maybe she looked the other way." They painted her as the cold ex-wife, the silent partner, the woman who benefited from the brand. But then Elin did something no one expected. She broke her silence. Just once. In a single interview with People magazine. And what she said? It was devastating. "I'm so embarrassed that I never suspected anything. For 3.5 years, I was home more, pregnant, with the kids, in school, and I never saw it." That one quote hit harder than a public meltdown ever could. She wasn't playing the victim. She was telling the truth. And the truth was this: she had trusted him completely. The word betrayal isn't strong enough. It felt like my whole world had never even existed. She spoke about the therapy, the trauma, the sleepless nights, the cameras outside her house, the feeling of being emotionally gutted in front of the entire world. But here's the twist. Even after everything, Elin didn't spiral into hate. She told the interviewer, "Forgiveness takes time. It's the last step in grief." Let that sink in. This wasn't a woman looking for attention. This was someone who had been shattered behind closed doors, but was choosing healing over headlines. And while Tiger's name became a punchline, Elin's reputation only grew stronger. She didn't just survive the scandal, she transcended it. But what she did next? Nobody saw it coming. She could have become a headline, a hashtag, a celebrity ex. But Elin Nordegren chose something much harder and much more powerful. She chose to live a life on her own terms. No revenge arc, no attention grabs, just strength in silence and success by choice. So, what do you think? Did Elin win in the end? Not on a golf course, but in life? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more untold stories like this, like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss what's coming next.